Hey guys, we have Miss Willia Walker, aka Miss Dina, and Miss Dina had a few health concerns, so we're gonna let her share. Miss Dina, not too long ago, you had a situation that happened. Do you mind sharing what happened with you?
Well, a couple of weeks ago, I thought I was having a stroke. I had lost a memory for I'll say from 30 to 45 minutes, and I had like sweat. My tongue wasn't swollen, but it felt like it was swollen, and it was very heavy. And I was like driving on the freeway going 40 miles an hour and thought I was going fast, and the people were going faster than me, going all around me and blowing.
Mm-hmm.
And I finally made it to work, but I parked like probably like a block down from uh, where I usually work at and where I usually park, and walked up there to the building. And then I figured out that I was actually at my job. And I walked in and I told them I was having a stroke. And then after that, it was like blood sugar went up, blood pressure went down. And so then they called 911 and got me to the hospital. Well, they said that after being in the hospital for like 4 days and running lots of tests, I took 4 MRIs and all kind of x-rays and everything. They said I didn't have a stroke, but they said I had a torn ligament in my left arm.
Mm-hmm.
And so I hadn't been able to move my arm. I hadn't been able to do anything. My arm actually felt like it was, and looked like it was alligator skin, alligator or something. It was really heavy and black, real hard, like it was had a fever in it. And Stephanie happened to call today, and I just was really actually going to say hello to her.
Mm-hmm.
And all my problems just came out of her. And then she went to telling me, she said, hold on. And she called someone on the phone, and they called back and got me on freeway and was talking. And I just been feeling good all evening now. I've been laughing and smiling and grinning, because she rubbed me down and rubbed me all up. And
Now, what was it that I rubbed on you?
This miracle oil.
So I rubbed the Rejuvenate Gel, which is in the jar. I rubbed that all on her, and then she took a spoonful, a teaspoon of the Restore Oil,
and put it under my tongue.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So in what she was sharing, when I actually first spoke with her, I noticed immediately her speech was different. So being around her, when you're around people, you kind of know how they are. So when I noticed that her speech was different, I listened to her tell me the things that she was going through. And when she was saying something about a rotator cuff, now, again, I don't have MD behind my name, but with the symptoms that she was describing, it sounded more like it was neurological. And so we got Mr. Roger Hill on the phone, and we talked about a few things. And I already, when she started telling me, I already knew, what would help her, because getting your mitochondria strong, then your body can fix itself, right? So after they came back from where they were running, came pick me up, and we came over here, and so we put the Rejuvenate Gel, we rubbed it all on her. Like she said, her arm, what she say, felt like, would you say, an elephant?
It felt like an alligator.
An alligator, yeah, that's right. That's what she said. She said it felt like an alligator. She said it was dark, and at first you weren't able to move that left arm, right?
At all.
Right.
It's still, painful to move, but I couldn't move it at all. I couldn't do anything.
Mm-hmm. And so, like I said, I massaged the Rejuvenate Gel in her arm. I started on her left arm first. Then I did her shoulders. Then I did some on her right. I did her neck. I did around her mouth area. Because with the different things that she was describing, I did around her mouth area. Then I massaged her temples. I massaged her hand real well. And then once I was doing that, what did you start feeling?
I just started feeling different. Like the pain started leaving, and my hands started feeling lighter. My whole arm it felt like it was just getting, light in the air, just like it was like air, and it started like I could just move it. And I started moving it, and I started doing something. I was picking up stuff and not even realizing I was using the left hand at all.
Mm-hmm.
And guys, I'm telling you, I hadn't been able to use this hand in about 3 weeks. I've been walking around with my hand like this. And when I'm at work, I've been walking around with my arm like this, trying to keep from moving it, trying to keep from swinging it or anything at all, because it hurt so bad. And not only did it just hurt in the hand, when it hurt in the hand, it went all the way up into my head, all the way up into my neck. I was just in pain. I hadn't been able to sleep. I hadn't been able to do anything. This morning I was hurting so bad and was so frustrated from sleep. I just took this hand and just hit into the wall really, really hard, trying to remove some of the pain out of this hand into this hand so I could just balance it out.
So now, what would you say your pain level was before?
Oh, 20.
Okay. And what would you say your pain level is now?
Probably a 5.
Okay, awesome. And if you notice all the different things that she said it was hurting, like she, demonstrated and touched her neck and all that, we put some of the Rejuvenate Gel all on her neck, all over, her jaw areas, everything, because you have joints in all those areas. So by us putting the Rejuvenate Gel in all those areas, it was able to go in and help her and give her some relief. And so she'll continue using it, and she'll use it a few times a day, as well as she'll do the Restore Oil as well. We also put it around her eyes. Yes. So we could help her in her eyes. You have the most mitochondria in your eye area. So when you have damage in your eye area, then other parts of your body can be affected by that. So she'll make sure she put the Rejuvenate Gel all around her eye, a few times a day, and then she'll be massaging it into her in her body, in her areas that's been affected. And we will keep y'all updated on her progress. But I am so glad to hear her smile. We'll see her smiling now. Her speech is actually a little different than it was earlier. So she has progress just within the short period of time that we put it on this evening.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.